Alright everyone, I have the conclusion to the kitchen category. I noticed that it didn't touch on this kind of thing, so I just went ahead and tidied this drawer anyway. I have these reusable ones here, and so I definitely want to keep those in our green bag for some vegetables. We've reused this for a long time now. It did discuss checking off pot holders, but I just have these two cloth ones here. I did have a silicone set that we tried and we didn't like it, so just some plasticware here that I keep just in case of, you know, sending things to people like food. I think I picked these ones up most recently to make one of those sensory bag crafts, so not so much zero waste, but we don't blow through these very fast, so I'd like to call it more like environmentally conscious, more than zero waste, but we're working on it. Anyway, so I just went ahead and tidied this. I did pull out of this drawer these reusable produce bags, and they, in my opinion, would belong with the shopping bags because I would be taking them to the store with me, right? So that's where those are going to go. These bamboo skewers are for the veggie kebabs that we that we grill outside on the grill. We do this more up north out of town. We did it a little bit here, but not much. So these are going to go where we use them up out of town, where we grill outside sometimes. And I did make a decision about this bowl, my grandmother's bowl. It's also going to go there, where we can use it for the holiday cooking and things that when we go out of town there. Because it is sentimental to me, it has her name on the back. I'm going to take a picture of it, though, just in case something happens and I never see it again. But it doesn't serve a purpose for me here anymore, as much as I love it, just because I have the large mixing bowls now that came in the set that you actually didn't see the large one because it's in the fridge, like I mentioned. So these are going to go somewhere. And then I also wanted to show you the conclusion of the, let's see, okay, this cupboard is what I want to show you. Back here with some cleaning stuff before. I still have the cutting board there because, that's where we normally store it, and I don't want to go hunting around forgetting that I moved it, so I think it's fine there. I compiled all of the little dishwasher tabs into the one box instead of the 3 or 4 it was in before. And then I have the trash bag still in there. Just because, again, that's where we have learned it's going to be. Some things are okay to move, but some things I think would give my husband more of a headache than it's worth. So just left that there. And so that did leave me this room for the small appliance section, where I have the vase back there still as well, our toaster. And then here is the food processor that I packed up yesterday and the juicer in the back. I think it's a great solution. I'm really, really shocked and surprised at how much I was able to actually sort through in the kitchen that I didn't think I'd have. Okay, so then that leaves, let's see, we did this drawer. Okay, so I was also going to show, let's see, I don't have anything on the fridge right now. I have a picture magnet that we like. And then the one that I told you is for conversions of measurements. And that's a magnet. But for the magnets that I kept, I've got hidden behind there. And so we can use them for bag clips, for magnets, whatever. And also those little mixing blades, they went up with the hand mixer. And we got rid of that ice cube tray that we borrowed for... I guess I asked my husband about it. I think he said he found it or something like that at his work. People leave things behind all the time where we work. So that can go to donation then. And he did take that big bottle of bleach as well. This is the utility room. I'm going to get more into this later, but I just want to show you what I was talking about when I said I store them in the buckets. So that's them. I did whip out the label maker. And I've got one for my pet supplies, which those thin, cheaper trash bags went in for shaving and things like that, for shaving the dog. And then I went ahead and labeled these because they actually did have specific categories. I was kind of surprised, but by dumping it all out, I found out that they can be separated. So like one was all primarily carpet stuff. One was primarily my supplies for the DIY, the homemade cleaning supplies that I make. And one was some of the store-bought surface stuff that, you know, came in the spray bottles and that kind of thing. And then the laundry soaps there. There's an iron behind there as well. And again, I'll get into this section more, but the, this is the, where I keep the thing I told you about, and the coin thing, and my husband's lighters in here. And then we have the mop is behind me as well, and that's where I put the mop bucket. Makes sense, doesn't it? Right. And my one piece of decor in here, which I love, sparked so much joy for me from my nephews and niece, was sent to me that they made a little canvas handprint art a couple years ago. Very cute. So I'm going to go through and show the after, I guess. So this isn't really part of it because there's more to that, but okay. So this didn't change at all, this drawer. But like I said, I'd like to get a sticky mat for down there. In this drawer, the only thing that changed is it received the scissors that were in the utility drawer, and we took out 3 spoons. This one changed drastically, and I've had to use it today where I had to find a lid, and I knew right where it was, and it was fabulous. Pots on the left, pans on the right. Good deal, right? This one you already saw. This changed because it received the small appliances on the right and just the minimal basics in the cutting board on the left. Obviously the dishwasher's just to the left of that, so it makes sense to have that stuff there. Alright, and then the some of the the little sprinkles I had went in the drawer below. We took out some things that were unneeded. My bread pans for the bread I don't make anymore. The topper for the 3x9 that I don't even have anymore. And the rusted out cookie sheets and cooling racks. Those are going to get replaced. So more just replacing them with something better. This got just more organized, I guess. We took out a set of tongs. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else we took out. I think that was mostly it. That extra tong that came with the set. And then you saw this one. This got retidied a bit. And we took out the bamboo skewers and the reusable produce bags that go in my shopping bags. And also in this drawer, the toothpicks, which is... ta-da! That's what we did with it. Okay, and then down here, we just organized this a bit more, tidied it up. Not perfect, but for now, it's an improvement still, right? And then in here, nothing changed in here that I can think of, unless I'm forgetting something. Yeah. That was it. I double checked with my husband, and he does in fact want to keep all of these. He said that he didn't love having 4 plates only, 4 bowls only. Basically didn't have the heart to tell me. He says I'm on board with pretty much everything, but that was too much for me. So that is that. So it only also mentioned the scrubbies. What scrubbies do you have? And I just have this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show this. Everything that I'm getting rid of in the kitchen, I'm keeping in the bag that we're getting rid of as well. Things that can be donated. So that's going to go. And then this is the refuse that I really can't donate because it's rusted or, you know, not worth donating, obviously. So that's everything. I'm really surprised I found so much, actually. Also in there is the bleach that my husband already took to work with him because he can use it there, and that stuff. So I'd say that's a pretty good clear out of such a small space, and everything else is done for now for over here. Alright, looks the same on the outside as when I started, but the inside is definitely improved. Now I need to wash my floors. Alright, on to the next category. See you guys. So I have a bit of a PS. I didn't realize that Pantry was part of the kitchen thing that was next. So, now that I remember it's on the list, I went through real quick, because you all don't care about what I got in my pantry. Anyway, I went through, and I was shocked at how much I had that was expired. I just took everything out that was expired. We don't use a lot of pantry food, I guess, so here and there we'll do, like, black beans, canned black beans or something. It'd be better to do fresh, but there's not always time for that. Anything that's expired had to go. Okay. Things like the tea. This was organic tea that came from a set from when I was pregnant, but I never had any morning sickness, so they didn't get opened. So they're not expired yet, so I'm hoping to give those to somebody that's currently pregnant, or even just donate or whatever, since they're still sealed. And I had my vitamins in there before, and I don't take any vitamins on the regular, but these two aren't expired, so I'm actually going to put them in the bathroom stuff, because I believe that's where vitamins are supposed to go. So for now, I've got that bit done, and that opened up space for, it took out the little grains and things that were right there. So that covers that part. We finally come to the last bit of pantry. The above cabinet is where I keep the baking supplies. When I do bake treats for Justin's coworkers, I give them regular flour because I don't want them on my healthy crazy bandwagon, since I know they would not appreciate something like coconut flour. So I just use that, and then everything that goes with that, that's sugar in the green bag there, some vegan sugar. Doesn't taste any different, so they do get that. And then over here is the olive oil, some vinegars, salt, and a seasoning that's too big to fit in the spice rack, which is here. So that brings me to my realization that spices expire. I guess I never thought about it. They're dried spices, so I thought they'd last forever. But this one expired in 2014. This one I think even sooner. Some vanilla, some balsamic, some powdered sugar, I think is what I got for last year's Valentine's cookies for the guys. And I didn't even realize it had been almost a year, seeing as it's now January 5th, I think. Some nutritional yeast that I'm sure must have gone bad by now, because I've had it a long time. And some sugar. I learned something new today, which is great. And it did clear out room in my spice rack. I guess it gives me more room for the organic spices that I'm looking to replace things with as I go. When I run out of things, I've been trying to buy them organic, because a lot of these I had from, I probably had them like 5 years that I can even remember, so that would have been well before I cared about anything being organic. So it's been a few years now, and I just don't use, I guess, bay leaves that often and things like that, so I just never ran out. But now is my chance to restock when I do need them on healthier options. So that is finally done. The spice rack, the baking cabinet, everything. So everything that's expired, of course, is going in the garbage. And then all the stuff otherwise is going to be donated, etc. So I'm pretty happy with the way everything has turned out. So I learned something, and I would say the kitchen turned out much better than I thought. I'm really glad that I KonMari'd at least this room. Thanks for watching, guys.